course. You stay at Jeans for a while. Then
All right.
You graduate on the list.
We are on
Then you get a $30
live.
apartment. You get $500 a month to buy your drugs.
Oh.
You got this apartment that's all barricaded so the cops can't see you doing your drug deals.
That's pretty cool.
And you're set up. $20 apartment for being a drug addict.
Right
Going
on.
through recovery, and then when you get the apartment, you don't have to prove you're not doing drugs.
Really?
So you can sell drugs to all the other people in the building that are on drugs, off drugs, getting on or getting off drugs. And they're $30 apartments.
And taxpayers are paying for this.
Well, of course, it's an industry of homelessness in the city.
Right.
All the new buildings.
And that is why it's not being solved, because why would they solve something they're making money off of?
It's an industry.
That's why I want. That's
Homelessness.
why I want a
Governor Tom
panel.
McCall used to say, "Stay away." We're saying, "Come on in. We'll give you everything for free, especially if you're an addict." Just what Portland needs: a bunch of addicts. You've already got some.
Wow.
I know. Don't you agree?
I would say that this is making people stay addicted.
Huh?
I
That
would
makes
say-
you want to stay here.
I would say it makes them want to stay addicted, because then they get to keep their rent. Hey,
Well, yeah,
Colonel.
because if you fall off the wagon, then they're going to even give you more support. So then you're on that. You're grandfathered in the list
Oh yeah.
because they can't throw.
So in
somebody-
order, if you're homeless, you should start doing
if you
drugs.
clean up your act, then they're
and
going
then
to tell you to
stop
get a
again.
job.
All right.
Okay, but if you're still afflicted,
So-
they're going to help you out more. It's fucked up.
Colonel,
Yeah.
let's hear the story today.
Oh,
This is great.
great story today. I got a phone call from somebody, and they said, "Hey, can you put together one of those sleeping platforms, because I'm going to be sleeping at City Hall, and I don't want to be sleeping on the concrete." So I said, "Sure." So it was kind of a miracle, because I was on a little construction job project, and the construction job was recycling fences into this other kind of retaining wall, and there was some extra boards left over. So I took them and cut them up and made a platform, and strapped it onto my bicycle trailer. And my bicycle trailer has a flagpole on it with an upside down American flag. And that's because I believe our country is in distress. And so here I'm riding down a main boulevard in Portland, and I come up to a big intersection that's at the Burnside Bridge, and I'm sitting in the right-hand lane, and I'm at a red light, and the light's red, and there's no cars anywhere around, and I'm like the only traffic around. And so I look up the bridge, and there's no cars coming, and like, well, the light's red, but I'm gonna run it. And I climb up on my bike to get the forward motion going, and I hear this "don't do it," and I turn around and look, and there's a motorcycle cop over there in the left-hand lane. He's kind of snuck up in the lane, and it didn't make much noise, so I didn't hear him. And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I didn't know what was going to happen. I could have got a ticket at that point, but I stopped and I thanked him for telling me not to do it. And he turned left and said, "Happy Christmas." I guess he didn't know that I had a law challenging non-structure strapped to my bike.
Yeah.
And,
And
yeah,
so
I guess he
and
didn't notice the upside down flag either.
I want to show our models. Okay, so modeling the non-structure is Barry in '99.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. But you know what's before
All right, this is
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
non-structure, and I am going to sleep here.
That's
So-
pretty darn cute right there.
I know, they're like snuggle buddies all of a sudden. So they're doing activism.
Isn't that classic sleep activist?
I started saying
The
that.
homeless thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's not so much about homelessness.
Well, I think it's catching on.
Yeah.
Sleep activists.
I met a hardcore activist the other day. We were in the woods.
Hi, Dan.
We were in the woods, and a whole bunch of rangers showed up, like 20 rangers. I'm reaching for my tear gas. I'm reaching for my mace. She's got a tear gas, military issue tear gas container. hardcore occupier from, where was she from? Wall Street. She occupied.
Why does she have? Okay.
PTSD.
So
ready.
she's worried that somebody's coming after you guys.
Yeah, she's totally worried. We had a FEMA van pull up from the Justice Center. We don't know if it's FEMA van, but a white van with bars, with a cage in the back. U.S. property license plate, federal license plate, not a Oregon license plate. And the guy just looked at Tequila and I.
You mean
like,
Homeland?
No, it didn't want Homeland. It was U.S.
Ooh, FEMA.
Right.
You're going in the detention center.
And he's looking at Tequila and I
with
sitting in front of the Justice
with
Center.
a barbed
like, hey,
wire that faces in, so you can't get
they
out.
did the same thing to Pablo.
Really?
Pulled up and looked at him like, hey, buddy. I've been asking my friends, what would
Here,
you
fishy,
do?
fishy, fishy.
I asked my friends, what would you do if I disappeared?
We wouldn't know because you disappear all the time and come
not
back.
you guys, my other friends.
Okay.
People that know me my
Because
whole
we
life.
wouldn't know.
My mom, well, I'd look into it. Okay. My friend Matt goes, I would hire a private investigator.
Nice.
I'm like, bingo, there you go, Matt.
Yeah, I'm afraid
You're in
that
charge.
That's good.
We need a buddy system.
Because it's something that you get concerned about.
Right.
yeah, seriously.
So start asking your friends, if I disappear,
I will call Alex Jones.
what would you do?
There you go. I'll call.
I say, I have a friend who might be
take
interested.
some poor lost soul home.
Okay.
Amy Goodman.
Who's Amy Good?
I'd call Naomi.
Who's that? You call Naomi who?
She's an economist. Naomi.
An economist? Why would you call an
She wrote a
economist?
really good book called
You don't want
The
to be
Shock
on?
Doctrine.
I'm sorry. I thought you were just like not.
No, I'm not 99.
But I put you on, and you've been very great with visual TV. So now you don't want to be on, and but it's more visually appealing for the viewers.
There's actually people. Yes. So you have to get Barry Joe or Magno.
We gotta have
They
somebody
like it.
to. Yeah. I thought you liked being on camera, or tolerated it anyway. I've never seen you duck away.
Well, I'm trying to be respectful of the camera person.
Well, I will not film you if you're in a mood to not be on camera, but I'll still like, please.
Because this is on for like ever and ever. So it's like the world is seeing.
Yeah, unless I take it down.
Yeah.
Which I could do at any point if somebody's uncomfortable. So I heard some news about these candles. Did you hear? We show people this. So
The new candles.
now this is the original.
Yeah.
You guys will know this from clear back in December. The Colonel made these oil lamps which use cotton balls and olive oil and a wire that he coils. That's it. There's a little trick to coiling the cotton, but other than that, and I brought this. Now this is paraffin oil, I guess. I don't think it is. I don't think it's paraffin. I think it's actually lamp oil that might be different.
Did somebody refill it with olive oil?
A combination. That's the big news, folks. We tried olive oil, it did not work. 99 used the olive oil and thinned it with our fancy paraffin oil. And now it is burning just super. So
Perfect light.
I got 3 of these, 4 of these bottles of this stuff, and the wicks and the stoppers for $2. Holla! Which reminds me, if you'd like to see that kind of thriftiness in your donations to causes, you can make a donation on the WePay link on occupyportland.org on the left where it says Vigil. I will go to the 50% off sale of the resale stores. I promise, and I will get things like 3 oil lamps for $2 plus refills of oil, or a blanket for $1.50, or a sleeping bag for $3.
Stretching the donations.
Stretching those donations, absolutely. Oh, and I have an announcement. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad just sponsored 10 trips, round trip for me to come here to volunteer. So that was not to the WePay link, which is the community property, but to me as a volunteer. So there you go. Now I can come here and do my work. I got 10 trips, that's 20 days. Because I spend the night. So technically I'd be here every day, 20 days. I might kind of stagger it and not do like every even day or every odd day, because I want to be here Mondays and Thursdays for the meetings. And so however I have to rig it so that I can be here for the vigil meetings. And those meetings, would you mind telling me about do you know about the meetings?
I'm probably
schedule?
going to be inaccurate because I got so much stuff on
Dan
my
actually
brain.
is a head full of meetings, so that's right. We could end up getting the Jenga meeting accidentally or something. Finance committee. No, the meetings are here, or we might be over at Terry Shrunk Plaza before GA at 6 p.m. And we could move it, so check occupyportlandcalendar.org, because we might go on a little early. It was a little rush last time, so I'm going to ask them to come at 5 maybe. But anyway, right now 6 p.m. on Mondays, and also 5 p.m. on Thursdays. So do check the calendar to make sure we're still on for those times and come to our meetings. They're strategy meetings. Strategy, like the pallets. They're all gathered around like a campfire. Hey viewer, you think you might come onto the Ustream channel and get in the chat room and say hi? It'd be nice to hear from you. Right, something beautiful. Oh, there's more literature. What's that? I brought something for you. If I hadn't seen that. Oh.
You want to tell everybody about that? That's Joel, who was disappeared, and he's now in the Justice Center. He was the one that originally organized that, and Holly took up the mantle and printed all those out, and she's very concerned that not a lot of people are going to show up for him first.
Because we've lost our leader because he was kidnapped by the police.
Lost our leader, and
all right. I think that's a very good cause. Okay, so you guys all know what's going on at the Justice Center, right? Justice League, a lot of people that you love are over there occupying outside of the Justice Center because our Joel was disappeared. Yeah, he was picked up under a false pretense because of a warrant that had already been cleared up. It was a mistake. While his hands were wrenched up against his back forcefully, his foot flew back as he's gaining his balance. It touched a cop. The cop claimed that he was trying to escape and that he assaulted him. The escape charge was dropped. The assault stayed. Then they said that he had a paperwork error, and that was what was keeping Tequila, his boyfriend, and everybody else who was interested in visiting him out. But the good news is that there are agencies. He's got a disability, and there are agencies that are going to look into his treatment. So he created an event, and it is September 1st. Now Holly is trying to get attendance, and I think it would be a really great thing, considering he's gone to jail, to honor him by attending this event in force. It is called Pack the Max, Saturday, September 1st at 12:30. Come out to protest TriMet's most recent fare hikes and discontinuation of Fairless Square, set to take effect September 1st. We will be packing MAX trains with picket signs for a non-violent protest. Let your voice be heard. Take back the people's fare. No fare is fair. Meet at Shemansky Park, Southwest Park and Salmon Street at 12:30 we will depart at 1:30 from the main library to Pack the Max. Pay the fare or don't pay the fare. Just be there. Contact packthemax@gmail.com for more info. Help spread the word. So you guys, if you guys are on Twitter and you would like to support this event, one thing that would be great to do, or Facebook, is advertise packthemax@gmail.com. And also this event, which surely must be on the Occupy Portland website info, Dan. Yes, indeed. So check it out, occupyportland.org, for details, any scheduled changes or updates on this information. And let's go support Joel, in addition to everybody who needs Fairless Square, which is interesting because anybody who needs to go to appointments or services downtown and lives here needs that Fairless Square. And when we take it away, your mom? Sorry. And Dan's mom. So anybody who needs it, it's becoming criminal. They're actually putting people in jail for 10 days at a time for not having fare. So just imagine if you have to do the please give me spare change thing and all of your money comes from that. You don't get enough. You have to decide between fare and eating. You have an appointment in order to meet with what? Anybody. Any mandatory appointment or any need like a shower. You've got to get across town. So you get on TriMet and you end up in jail. Well, 3 hots and a cot. So instead of going to jail, maybe you can do some work for the city so they don't have to pay for labor for their city improvements. It's an industry. That's why it's not getting any better, folks, because they're making money off of it. That's what Paul was talking about. If you saw the beginning of the video, if you didn't, go back to ustream.tv/channel/vigil-tv and look in the archives at this video, which I am about to stop so that it is a manageable size. And I'm going to say it's interview with Paul and Colonel. Watch that video again at the beginning so that you can see what Paul says, because it's another way of making money off homeless people that the city